Hey guys, Nick from Van Creed. So today I want to address a couple of the problems with the sprinters. Call it heavy back end, sagging back end, droopy back end, slouchy back end. You can call it whatever you want. At the end of the day, it doesn't look right. And it isn't right. It's hindering the van's performance because it's sagged right down. So what are our four options? A GVM upgrade if you're already overweight. If you're not overweight, there's no point in a GVM upgrade just to get the extra leaf pack. The second option is you go to one of the generic spring shops and they will take the leaf pack off their shelves and bolt it onto your vehicle. Out you'll drive with a level van. The problem is some of these leaf packs, you know, they're varying. We see them vary anywhere from 45 kilos, which is kind of, you know, the acceptable weight for an upgraded leaf pack. That's per side. We're seeing leaf packs all the way up to 60 kilos per side. Now, the problem with that is that's 120 kilos. Like, these are basically truck leaves and they lock the back end up. So you take your van off road and it's just like super rigid in the back. The vans don't actually articulate that much. At the best of times, never mind having huge leaf packs on the rear. The third option is you go to one of the custom spring builders to spring to mind. Sorry for the pun. And they will weigh your van, ask you what you want to do with it, and they will deliver you the best possible solution in your leaf spring. You still have to upgrade your shocks and all that to get the best kind of ride out the system, but that is kind of the way I would be going if I didn't have this kit. Your fourth option, possibly your first option, depending on which way you look at it, is this. So what is it? Who makes this kit? This kit comes from a company called 4x4 Project out of Spain. They put a lot of R&D, design work, testing, really punish their stuff. They don't just kind of design it in a design shop, bolt it to a vehicle, send it out, see you later. So let's get into this rear shock. So this, straight away, it looks different to anything else you're looking at on the market for your Sprinter. And why? Because it's not just a shock, it's actually a rear coilover. So it has this spring. What's the benefit of this spring? You don't have to go out and buy an extra leaf pack for your van because the helper spring take care of the sagging back end. This will give you an extra 50mm lift. The other massive bonus of the rear shock is it's adjustable. So it's basically future-proof. So say you add, you know, more racking, extra boxes, extra weight, extra spare tire onto the back of the van if you haven't already. You can adjust this to suit. So you can pick the back of the van up a bit more if it starts to sag very slightly because you've added more weight on the back. You know, pair of e-bikes, you could be having 60 kilos hanging off your back doors. As well as that, you get a 50mm body, extended body, an extra 30mm of travel within the rear shock itself. That combined with the rear bracketry gives you an overall about 60mm of extra travel within the system. Have more oil capacity for better cooling for when you're on and off road and really pushing the system. It's also got custom valving within the rear shock to get rid of that really horrible swayy, wobbly feeling when you've got a fully loaded van. You know, your van's fully fitted out, it's slightly top heavy. This takes care of all of that. So, I mean, some of you guys won't have seen how soft some of the rear shocks are. That's a rear shock from a 2024 all-wheel drive, super soft. And that's why you get that body roll, just that horrible feeling of not a planted van that's going to deliver what you want it to do. So choosing the two different types of kit, you've got the 7016, which is 3.8 ton and down, and it's 7016 HD, which is 3.8 ton to 4.1 ton. The main reason for that is they didn't want to deliver just a one shock or one spring fits all. They wanted to give people with lighter vans the option of not being oversprung in the rear, and for heavier vans not being undersprung. The reason they come like that is because they come with slightly different valving and slightly different tuned spring to take into consideration them two different weights in the van. They are plug and play kits. There's no levers, knobs, or dials to tune anything in. So it's a massive benefit of this system. So you also get the double shear rear bracket for the top mount of the shock. This is engineered to take the extra load of the helper spring. So there's no need to go out and buy a Baja bracket or double shear reinforcement bracket. This comes with the kit. So rear bottom bracket for your rear coilover. So the rear coilover doesn't fit to the standard shock mounting point. They designed this. So this has your standard fixing point for your shock. You bolt in there. You also have 2 U-bolts, which will come over your rear axle and hold this all in place. So you've got 5 fixing points for this bracket. Your new shock will come into this fixing point here. So as you can see, it sits slightly higher than the standard one, keeping your shock out of the way of harm, and also comes with a skid plate just for that extra protection. Say anything's heading towards it, you're going to hit it and you're going to slide over it out the way and keep your shock nice and safe. And as you can see, because it sits like that, this shock actually sits higher, which that actually gives you that extended travel within the system as well. So heaps of benefits with the rear bracketry. So last but not least is the front shocks. So standard Mercedes off a 2024 all-wheel drive, pretty soft. The 4x4 Project one, it's a lot stiffer. It's got custom valve in it, designed to stop the sway and also kind of suit different terrains. Slightly bigger, slightly longer body. You've got slightly more travel. There's no knobs, dials. There's nothing to switch, but there's nothing to go wrong either. It's just you bolt this in and you drive. And basically the valving within the shock, depending on what terrain you're on, will sort it out and give you the best possible ride. So what are the benefits with this kit? The benefits are it's an all-in-one package. It comes with all your bracketry. You don't have to go and source extra brackets. You don't have to go and source leaf packs. You don't have to get your leaf packs tuned. It's all taken care of within the kit that you buy. One of the other benefits is a huge weight saving in the rear end. The 7016 and 7016 HD kit only weigh 19 kilos. So you're only adding 19 kilos into the back of your van to help it or to stop it sagging. The rear is adjustable, so the rear is future-proof if you add any more weight to the van. The weight saving of the shock compared to leaf spring packs is, you could be saving in weight anywhere between 40 to 60 kilos by just choosing this kit over one of the generic leaf spring kits. It's a balanced and tuned system. So there's no knobs or levers or anything to mess around and play with or work out. It's literally, you just drive it. So the other thing, apart from the weight saving with this, is don't start to lock up the back end. You still get maximum articulation. You have more travel with the system and the bracketry than most of the systems. So All in all, it's a really well designed and tested system. So when you actually start to look at this kit and the breakdown of what you get in this kit compared to some of the other kits on the market, then you can kind of start to see, once you don't have to start adding other things in, the kit sits at a really good value point. 4x4 Project aren't new to this game. They've been around for a long time. This is built with Bilstein and EIBACH components. 4x4 Project's partner over in the US is called Victor's Suspension Components. Check out some of their videos and you'll kind of see the caliber that these guys deliver to the Sprinter vans. That is the same bracketry as you are getting with your kit. So that's kind of the wrap up of the 7016 and the 7016 HD kit. It's available at vancreed.com.au. It's in stock and ready to ship. Follow us on Instagram at VancreedOz, and on Facebook we are Vancreed. So that's it from me. Stay safe, drive safe, and enjoy. See you later.